Hello everyone. I have been doing some work lately relating to planting tubers in sacks, especially yams as well as potato. I'm trying to look for how to maximize the content of my sack and also to make this food that we're talking about readily available, more like self-sufficiency. Today we are going to be looking at an experiment that I carried out. I'll be planting yams in sacks, then also potatoes, sweet potatoes in sacks. I thought to myself one of these days and I said, is it not possible for me to combine both yams and potatoes, sweet potatoes, plant them in the same sack and still get what I'm looking for? So that's what we are going to do today. So let's find out what came out of what I did some months ago. So guys, this is a large sack that I planted both potatoes as well as yams. It's been over 3 months now, and of course it is time to harvest the potatoes. Now, one interesting thing I want to mention here is that yams and potato, they don't mature the same time, and that will impact or influence what you plant where in the sack. Now, I planted this potato in the upper segment, whereas this sack is very large, it even entered the ground. The lower segment, I planted yams. That's what you can see now. They are planted from the side. I'm going to demonstrate how I did that before this video ends. But now, let us see if the potatoes actually came out well. So I'm careful. Look, this is one of the yam vine coming from the lower part of the bag. I don't want that to get damaged at all. All right. So at the upper segment, this is where I planted the potato. Although this, I made it as about 3 layers, but okay. All right. Now we are where the potato really is. Okay, so I think this is it. So this is the potato. This is the long vertical. No, I think this is the horizontal method. Sorry, that I use. This is the long rope or vine that I planted. Of course, it transformed to the forming tubers. Okay, this is really hard. Okay, so I planted the two variety, both the white or the cream color, and so this is the product. They are all deep into the sack. So okay, I'll pause here because I have to get something to remove them. Okay, so I have to just quickly get my yam harvester because they are deep in, and the soil in here is a bit hard. Okay. Okay. See the tubers, potato tubers, they are looking quite nice. So again, this experiment succeeded. Okay, wow, got this massive one. All right. So I went deep down. See this one, and there's yet another one. This is just one vine, actually. One vine. Okay, about 2 more here. Okay, all right. Wow, it's another massive one. So all this for one vine. Then of course the cream color variety is also here. Okay, these ones, they are not usually as large as the other, but at least there's still something coming out from here. That's why for me, I prefer the pink variety, because you have larger sizes. Okay, all right, guys, this is my experiment that has turned out to be very successful, in my opinion. Now, I'm going to demonstrate how I planted it, but before that, I will just give you something you need to know. Now that we have harvested the potato from the sack, that is why this method is very, very important. I'm not going to harvest my yams yet, because potato takes about 3 to 4 months to mature. That is why I planted it on the upper compartment that I can easily access. And so I'm going to leave the yams to fully develop. You can see that the leaves are still green. So in about a month or 2, the yams will be ready in the same sack. But I'm going to demonstrate how to plant these potatoes and then the yams in the sack. So let's go there. All right, guys, it is time to demonstrate how to plant both the yams and the potato slips inside the sack. I've filled this particular sack to the extent I want my yams to be. Now I want you to understand that they are planted in layers. The seed yams that you are going to plant will be in the lower compartment, in the lower layer. That's the method that I've invented to plant yams, either wet yams, seed yams, now in combination with potatoes or potato slips. Now, if this is the seed yam, it must be that seed yam with a sprout, the one that has started growing. Now, I'm just using this as an instance so that you understand better. Now, let's assume this is the fresh sprout that is growing. You need this to be able to plant in layers. Now, what I do, like I've done in previous videos, I'll put an important link later. I'll just take the sprout through this hole that I've created. Make sure you create it well so that the fibers of the sack will not hold any part, or you will not break the. So you bring it out like this. Don't worry if it is pointing in any direction. With time, it will find its way to start growing up. So this is it. I'll just plant. If the tuber is going to develop, it's to start developing down this way. All right. I'm going to plant maybe like 3. You can plant 4. If it is seed yams, you can even plant more. It depends on the size of your sack. As far as you feed your sack very well, I always emphasize that. All right. Use your finger to create a hole here. This is the 3rd one. So I'm doing this. So it's as easy as this. I've already planted my yam. Now what I do is to cover. I'll just cover. All right. I'll just cover. Now I have a way I do some form of modification. I'll carry either grass, dry leaves, or poultry manure that is already cured or fermented. I'll put that as the layer, the lower layer for the soil that I'm going to put on top. So I don't have that now, but assuming that I have, I will just put here. So eventually I will now fill the sack up to the extent I want, because this layer, this upper compartment, is going to eventually form the upper layer. So I'm sorry it's a bit messy because it just rained heavily here, you can still see some pool of water all around. So, but that's what farming is all about. We love the rain. All right. So this is the topmost layer now, or the upper layer. I'll keep feeling. Okay, I've gotten a considerable height. Now, this considerable height is important for the growth of my potato that will develop from the sleeve. Like I told us some time ago, planting horizontally favors me more. You saw the tubers that I brought out. It was because of the horizontal method of planting. All right. So what I will do the same way, I'll poke a hole. Just introduce your slip in. At least you have up to about a foot or about 10 inches. All the potato tubers will develop from the side. So you just put this in here. I have another one. I can just do this and put in here. It's very nice and easy. So I'll do this. I'll just do this. So I have two options. What I'll just do, easily you can just, that's what I did there. But I'll show a modification. I'll just do this. And of course, cover. I've already planted. So in about 3 months, 4 months time, I'll come and harvest the potato just like I did. The yams will wait till at the end of 6 months before I will finally harvest the yam. So you can see that I can plant both sweet potatoes and yam in the same sack and get my yield. That is very, very good. But again, like I said, modification. For example, if I want to modify, I could get, you remember this plastic container is perforated here and at the cap, it has an open end, because sometimes to get water to where the yam is might be difficult. So I can just do this, and that is it. This one will help me later because I can introduce water. I can fertigate through here using manure, water, compost, tea, whatever. I can even put banana peels and all stuff in here. I'll be watering from time to time so that those perforation by the side can enable these sweet potatoes to get water. And of course, I will also get water down. Remember, I can also see wet from here, but this one will help water to get to the lower compartment. Now, there's one more thing you need to know about this. You can see that I've planted horizontally, and here I've planted by the side. What about the top? What about this top that is free? Actually, I'll be, of course, dumping some compost here and all that, but I can still do something else. This is what I have tried, even though I'm not showing it in this video. Since this place is free, you use your knowledge of timing. I can plant cucumbers here. But remember, I'm going to put a stake that the yams will follow. If you want the potato to follow these stakes, fine. If you want them to just grow all around and spread all over the ground like I did in the previous one, fine. But remember, I can plant cucumbers here and the cucumbers will just follow the stake. Cucumbers will take 6 weeks to 8 weeks to fully mature. Before the potatoes, they will fully develop. The cucumbers, you have finished eating them and they've died. You know, they've dried up. Their life cycle will be complete. So you can see that with one sack, we can do quite a lot. This is what I want us to start trying. Start doing this now. Because with this, you can actually get stuff to feed your family. And who knows, you may even be able to commercialize this. I hope you have learned today from this video. There are so many videos that we have uploaded. I've even uploaded video on how to grow sweet potatoes from cartons. Try as much as possible to look at that video. But I want you to look at this method that I've demonstrated here, how I use it to plant seed yams. So I'm going to leave the link at the end of this video on methods of planting seed yams in sacks. Thank you and God bless.